Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. It's Sunday afternoon. Yesterday, I had so much time to play with yarn. It was nice to just be like, okay, I have I have this trap tray of scrap yarn. Okay, that's the abbreviated version. I had this scrap tray of yarn. So let's just find one yarn. Found a pink, dusty pink. It's caked up, it was probably about that big, maybe 3 ounces. So I pulled out my new pattern. I've only made 2 of these before for the hippo. Very chubby little hippo. This was a free pattern on Instagram from crochet_crochet and 3 other. I don't have all their. I will put. Oh yeah. I will put a link with their stuff. It was a collaboration with 4 designers, and I mean it's cute and it works up fairly quickly. If it wasn't quite so chubby, it'd probably work up a little faster. But I made that. I have to find my other 2 hippos that I made and get a group shot of them and add this little lady to the Etsy listing. Well then, I still had yarn left in the pink skein. So, Darling Maple Designs recently introduced a pattern for a jelly bean bunny. That, once again, it's a no-sew. So I made a little pink bunny. I used puff paint for the eyes, fabric paint, instead of using safety eyes, so that these are really kid-friendly. But you make the ears first, and then when you get to a certain point, you just tie them on. Sew them on, tie them on. You do a color change for the little tail. You do bobble stitches for the legs. So, ta-da! Little pink bunny. I still had pink yarn left. Happy coffee! This is my own pattern that I have free on my blog for a happy coffee cup. You could also make it a sad coffee cup. You could make it an angry coffee cup. You could embroider whatever little face you want on your coffee cup. But I decided to go happy with this one. I do need to make some angry coffees. That took the yarn down to just this tiny little, just a few yards. So that went into my bag that has all my little scraps that will eventually be turned into a Mr. Ugly doll. And I probably need to make a Mr. Ugly doll because the scrapyard is starting to pile up. And then, while I was working on stuff yesterday, I got a cha-ching. This butter lamb is heading out to California tomorrow. Okay, we'll set him out. So, it's like, uh-oh, that takes me down to 2 butter lambs in my listing. So I made another one. The last two I made were in this very bright yellow that was a vintage Coates and Clark yarn that I found it there on the shelf. So I'm not even sure where it came from. I don't know if it came from a yarn gift or a thrift store, but I made some in the very bright yellow, and this one is the boucle that I got in my last yarn gift, and it's held together with a strand of yellow baby yarn, just so it's easier to work when you're doing boucle with crochet. It's easier to have a strand of regular yarn in there to make your stitches, give your stitches more definition. So I still had some green left from that. So, ribbit. This is the pop mushroom frog from Crochet Nerd. And I think I think I'd made 3 before, and I'm down to like 1 or 2. Boop, 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 boop. These sell pretty well at craft shows and all that. So that was my day yesterday. I still have like a list of stuff that I want to make, but it was very satisfying to finish off cakes of yarn from my little basket or my tray. It's a lid from a 10 ream case of paper. So if you've seen, the case is like this. And it is full and piled over. I was also doing some tidying up yesterday. I wound several yarns into cakes. I frogged a couple of projects from my last yarn gift. Like there was some stuff in there that was started, but there's a red, white, and blue, almost like a flag, that I didn't think I could salvage it to make it into something. It looked like it was a very beginner project. And okay, that turned into a bunch of little cakes of white and red and blue yarn. And I think this mushroom cap used 3 or 4 of the little yarn balls from tearing out the stripes in that flag. So progress was made. Fun was had. And let's see, that would put me up to, I don't think I put those in my day planner yet. So I think I'm up to about 7 of the 20 scrap yarn projects that I said I would have to make before I gave myself permission to go shopping. So I'm really cranking away at that. I think I'm going to get to go shopping soon. Not that I need yarn. It's just fun. It's fun. It's the challenge of going to a thrift store and see if I can get a real bargain. But, bargains can accumulate. Bargains could take over the house if I let them. I need to be careful. So, I am going to go start working on dinner. It's noon. We're going to have dinner at 12:30. And then I will probably take a nap this afternoon. As you can tell by the fact that is the 3rd time I've yawned. But I think I can probably churn out another 5 or 6 projects today. Just having fun, making little stuff. I did just watch a video about patterns that sell well at craft shows. And one of them was a little alien. So, okay. I found a free pattern. It was a free download for a little alien doll. Just a little green critter like this with the big eyes. And I'm thinking, if I can remember where I put my glow-in-the-dark yarn, I think that a glow-in-the-dark alien would really sell well. But first I have to find it. And I want to make more stingrays. Let's see. Yep, there's some. Oh, nope, that's not it. I want to find white fingering. Is that? Nope, that's probably sport. Somewhere around here, I've got a bunch of white fingering yarn. And I thought if I combined one strand of worsted weight with one strand of white fingering yarn, that would give that nice mottled look to the top of a stingray. And then I wouldn't have to go in and put all the dots on. So that's on the agenda today. This whole bag is white yarn from one of the previous yarn gifts. And oh no, this is, take that back. This is a little bit of everything from 2 previous yarn gifts. But I'm pretty sure that I have white, maybe it's back there already. I'm going to find it. White baby weight or fingering weight yarn. Because I've got this idea in my head about making the stingrays. It's sort of tweedy looking. So I'm going to do that today. And I'll probably make a few more butter lambs. Because I think I've sold 6 in the last week. And I need to get my listing updated. So that if people are finding that listing, Etsy must be showing it. Okay, here's an Easter thing that's really hot this week. Okay, if Etsy is showing it, I've got to make sure there's stuff there to sell. Okay, dinner. We're going to have Chevetti's chicken, which is a local Western New York thing. Buttered noodles, because my daughter had buttered noodles for dinner on Thursday when we were over there. And she was telling my granddaughter, oh, here, these are buttered noodles. You like buttered noodles? I'm like, wow, we haven't had buttered noodles in a long time. I want to make buttered noodles. And Chinese green beans. Meal is planned. And since we're having the Chevetti's chicken, we will have carrot sticks and blue cheese dressing. Because when you have Chevetti's chicken, you have carrot sticks and blue cheese dressing with them. That's the rule. So, dinner, nap, play with yarn. That's the plan for today. And I do need to sit down with my day planner, plan out the meals for this week. Okay, what have we got in the fridge that needs to be used up? What do we have in the freezer? Just make up a meal plan. Don't always stick to it. There was one day this week, on Wednesday, I was just wiped out. I did have some, a flare-up of some issues. And I came home from work and I fell asleep in my chair. And I was like, I have to get up and make dinner. I knew I had hot dogs in the fridge. Hot dogs were not on the plan. Usually when I make hot dogs, I make up a gluten-free, like biscuit dough, and wrap that around and make bagel dogs. I put everything bagel seasoning on and make, gluten-free bagel dog hot dogs. Well, that takes too much effort. I Googled how to make hot dogs in the air fryer, and I had dinner, opened up a can of baked beans. Here we go. This is dinner. So today I need to be a little more balanced with the meal, get a few more vegetables in there, put a little more effort into it. Yeah, it'll take half an hour to make dinner. So, bye-bye.